Hi, it's Scott from Wessex Blades. Thanks for joining me again. The knife strop journey took a little bit of a twist. I've decided to do a dedicated YouTube channel. And if you want to stay with me, the explanation should be quite clear as to why. As you know, YouTube sort of not necessarily penalises, but it crushes channels that have a sort of outdoors independent look to it. Firearms, blades, knives, alternative thinking, that sort of problem solving sort of brain idea doesn't always gel and get thrown out as readily. So I thought if I had the strops existing on their own on another channel, it'll have its own legs, if that makes sense, without necessarily having the knives on show as knives. The knives would be on show getting sharpened, so it would be more of a DIY feel. I don't know, but the last thing I want to do is do all the work involved in editing, filming, mastering, downloading, uploading, and get the same sort of zero push that YouTube does to a channel like mine. So the strops will still be visible on this channel, but you never know, it might end up having a fair amount of dispersion if they have their own channel. Every now and again there'll be a link to that, and hopefully now and again on one of those vids there'll be a link to this, and whether they can sort of self-feed, self-funnel, we'll find out. So anyway, the range of strops that I've got at the moment run from very simple little pocket strops on a decent size bit of plywood through to bench strops, and what I've kind of worked out, the more I get into it, the more I have differing ideas. Bench strops with one layer sit flat on the thing, but when you come to doing things in hand, what I may start doing for handles is offering a few of the handle ones that you hold in hand, paddle strops with two sides, because it's just as simple as that. Whereas if you've got a bench strop, if you were to have differing grades of compound, you'd end up putting it down on a bench, so you'd make your bench messy. So bench strops, in my line, as it were, for now, for the time being, I'll do bench strops with one layer, and every now and again a paddle strop can have two, because it's just so quick and easy to flip it over. So you could have a quite aggressive kind of compound on one side and a finishing one on another, if that was the sort of the order that you could do. If someone wanted a bench strop with two, I could just put it on there. But for filling the table for knife shows, prepper meets, camps and whatever, I'll offer the handled ones with double layers. So when it came to doing like the Leuku shaped, I could put two sides of leather on a Leuku one, because when you're holding it like that or like that, being left-handed or right-handed, you still hold it either way anyway. There's no reason for it to be left-handed or right-handed, and by having it on both sides, it's just as ergonomic. It's got its own chirality anyway, so hey ho. So this was the initial inspiration, as it were, from the realization that a paddle strop, it's just got more connection to the process of stropping, because you've got more feel to it. So I put a knife handle on it. Why a knife handle on a strop? We might as well make it in knife shape. So that was the sort of way it went, and then it just expanded from there. So I've got survival knife ones, big ones here, So that's sort of Artak Hunglass moosey sized survival knife looks to it. Then it sort of morphed into doing the smash it ones, which is the idea of making it symmetrical. Me realising that was quite Pugio, which is a sort of Roman short dagger. Yes, I couldn't help it. So there is a Gladius in hand. I'm telling you, that feels great. Alright, so you could do it, guys. It's a fun thing. Alright, I'm not out to be serious, alright, to produce full-on feature-laden, specific, accurate historical things. This was almost the Sparta rather than Gladius, but you know, it's a Roman sword. It's got that sort of Roman sword feel, and it feels good in hand. It's completely functional. It'll work as a strop just because I could, and it's my model anyway. I've done a Golok one. I tell you, I have so much fun with it. And then once I've given myself another couple of days into next week to get this other channel, you know, the banner I've got up, the video is up, and in it as an intro, I got you use the same email if you want to do some orders, and I'll work out prices. And just for the giggle factor, I've done 2 special edition kind of MOD ones with the handles that are like got the same feel to, really stout. They've actually got scales on the side of it, so that is 18mm ply with 6mm. That's 20 something mil across, double-sided, and this is what made me think of double-sided. So you can have 2 grades on that. So huge thanks to everybody who's bought knives over this year. Huge thanks to Patreons, because this little sort of week and a half, 2 weeks that I've been doing this, without your support, I wouldn't have the flexibility to go off-piste, as it were, to work on something like this. Especially patience for someone like Ralph. I'm getting your blade away before Christmas, and Brian as well, getting those kukris off. But I just had to get this covered, as it were. So now I've got a bit of momentum behind it. The other channel is up and running, and as soon as things start not necessarily rolling, I'll be offering them up. You know, I've got to get all the listings on the website, get the prices worked out with post, because of course the little dinky ones can go in a jiffy bag as a small partial, but I'm not classing that as a sort of large layer, if that makes sense. So huge thanks to everybody for your patience. I think they're great for like Father's Day, Christmas, uncles' birthdays. You could do it for your girlfriend. You know, you could just, they've got you a strop, me love. You know, giggle factor around a campfire. The functionality's there. I'm trying to get as much stuff sorted as I can, so when it launches, eventually there will be copycats. There just will be. So a lot of the naming of the stuff is the original Wessex Blades leather strops. That's why I've sort of gone that way, and hopefully I don't get, you know, copycatted out of existence. So anyway, Scott Wessex Blades 8, thanks for joining me. As soon as I've got the prices, I'll do another video, and we'll just run through the range and ways to order them. And this is obviously before Christmas. So thanks for joining me again. Scott Wessex Blades out. Be a video here and there, like things that interest you. Thanks for joining me again. Thanks for joining. Magic.